I promise you would have seen this flip many a times. The Hollywood flip. It's not really a basic break fall, but it's also not too hard, so not really an advanced break fall either. Make sure you check out the basic break falls first before you attempt this one. What is it? It's basically a forward break fall without your arm touching the floor or the mat before you break fall. So you are break falling over your arm in mid-air. It sounds spectacular and it looks really good on camera, but I said it's not too hard. It's actually quite simple. Let's look at a few progressions how to train up to the Hollywood flip. Best way to start is with your forward break fall first. So all I want to do is just still touch the floor, connect with my arm, and go from there. So just a forward break fall and land. Once I have that, I want to see if I can just roll over my shoulder without using my arms. So instead of rolling over the shoulder here, I'm still going to do a forward roll, but without using my arms. I'm going to keep my arms here close to my body, and I'm still going to try and roll off. Make sure you don't spear with your shoulder into the mat, but tuck your shoulder in, and the first connection with the mat should be your shoulder blade. And I just want to continue rolling as I did with my forward break fall. So just from here, tucking my arms in. I can still do this motion as if I was going for the forward break fall, but I'm just going to bring my arms to my body, and then I just want to roll off, starting off my shoulder blade, all the way towards the opposite side here. So just from here, starting, and then just rolling off. So now, that's obviously quite low, but it's a progression to teach myself not to need this arm to initiate the break fall. And so since you're already doing the action, but you're not getting off into mid-air just yet, all you're focusing on is to have that really good connection, as said, with the mat or the floor, except off your shoulder blade. And as always, safety first, always better to start with the crash mat and then work towards the hard ground using your protective equipment. But as I said, for now, all you're looking for again is just off the shoulder blade, still doing the arm action. As I'm doing the arm action, just getting off the shoulder blade, first connection with the floor. And then I want to give myself a little bit of air. In the beginning, don't jump too high. It's just a little pop out of my calves. So I'm not actually trying to get a lot of height. All I'm trying to do is just give myself a little pop to gain a little bit of height. It's not a dive roll forward as much as it's just a pop up. My rotation remains the same. So I still want to do my arm action and go, as I said, over my shoulder. And I want to make sure that my shoulder blade is going to be the first one to connect. So as I'm doing this, just a little pop and landing. Don't forget, I said, like with all the other break falls, I want to make sure that I'm exhaling, I keep my tongue inside. I'm using the same principles as with my basic fundamental break falls. Just a little pop. I'm not projecting forward, I'm projecting more up than forward. And then I'm going to build height. So once I've done it a couple of times, I'll try and pop a little bit more. And make sure I break fall the right way. When I feel comfortable doing that, I progress towards punching up as much as I can. So my arm action is still the same. I'm leaning towards my hip. I'm still rolling off of my shoulder blade. I'm just popping now really hard as I go. So as I jump up, making sure that I break fall as I do so. Since I'm now basically break falling over my arm, it also means that my arm is free to be involved into the choreography. That means, hence the Hollywood flip, definitely seen in plenty of Steven Seagal movies or in Western saloon fights. I'm going to bring my partner in, and the way I'm going to build it up now is, in the beginning, partner doesn't even have to do anything. They can just hold my arm. And so basically, partner holding my arm here gives me now an indicator how it's going to feel if there was to use my arm as part of the choreography. And all I'm going to do is just flip over my arm. So I'm still doing the same action. I'm still going to bring my arm towards my body. I'm just going to pop. Partner is not doing anything. I'm literally doing all the actions. So they're actually not pulling on my arm. They're not actually doing it. They're just tracking me. And as I flip and fall, they're going to let go, right? So for now, he's going to hold. I'm going to initiate the action. And I said flip over my own arm. Next time, partner will not let go. So next time, partner will actually hold on to my wrist. So when I complete the flip, they will be still holding my arm. Partner is holding my wrist here. As I flip over, nice and hard, good squeeze. Now he's still holding. And so, the last progression, part of choreography, partner lifts the arm up and initiates as if they would throw me. And I said, I have to do the right timing and the right moment. So when I feel like partner is getting to the spot where I should be popping, I gotta initiate the pop and initiate my Hollywood flip. So make sure first to rehearse this action a few times. So partner is now gonna grab my arm, they're gonna lift it up and they're gonna swing it into me. And I wanna just feel that pop, where the pop should be from my throat. So we're gonna do that action again, partner's gonna grab the hand, lift, and I'm gonna pop. So I'm just feeling the pop in the turn. So still partner is not really throwing me, I'm doing all the action, but the initial start of the action is from my partner. That's what initiates the choreography. So as they're grabbing my hand, lifting up, I pop. And so now, when I feel like I've rehearsed the action a few times, as part of the choreography, now we can be in that fight. I can maybe be throwing a punch and partner can block it and then grab it. Maybe I'm throwing an uppercut, partner blocks it and grabs it, and then they flip me over. I said it's up to me to do the actual throwing myself over my own arm, but it's up to my partner to initiate the action now with the hand. And so that can be done now in any direction. Partner could be standing here, I could be flipping over the front, but partner could be also standing on my other side. And I said they could be grabbing my arm and just flipping me over my arm, straight forward. So you say now, I'm capable of flipping over my head without having to touch with my arms the ground first. It doesn't really matter if that's happening to my side or to my front. The flip is the same. I'm tucking my chin in, tucking my head in, popping, and I said trying to land on my shoulder blades first and then roll off. Don't forget to break fall, don't forget to exhale, keep your tongue inside. I said all the fundamentals of break falling still apply. The better you are at the flip, the more choreography you can involve. It could happen anywhere in a fight, it could happen anywhere into a push, a shove, falling off stuff. I said I can always initiate this break fall. It could be a trip, I could be tripping over something. Let's say partner puts their leg out and all that happens is I'm just tripping on his leg. As he puts his leg out and I trip over it. So very simple flip, but very useful in many different scenarios. The Hollywood flip, practice it, progress, use crash mats and safety first. Once you build it up, use your protective equipment and see if you can bring it into your action.